Happy Frog here. Let's get right into this. So, they just released some PTR changes going into 11.1. I believe this is kind of the second big update so far. We're just going to talk about Brewmaster only in this video because something pretty big just was announced. So, Brewmaster, Purified Chi max stacks reduced to 6, was 10, and now increases your brew absorb shield by 35% per stack. So, this is kind of a big buff here, the 6 to 10, and then there's a very small buff with actually this concept here. So, what is Purified Chi? If you're a beginner brewmaster, there's nowhere in the game that explains what this is and how to use it, how to activate it. So, what is this? So, let's go to the tree. Okay. Alright, so, you've got 2 charges of Purifying Brew. You have Stagger, right? You have a Stagger bar. Highly recommend get another weak ore for Stagger that can give you a little bit more information on the Stagger concepts and just overall a bigger visual. So you've got kind of green stagger where you're just sitting and you're not really taking damage. You go to yellow stagger where you're taking maybe 5-10% of your damage per second maybe. And then you've got the red stagger where potentially you're taking 30-40% of your health pool per second ticking as stagger damage. So if we purify brew, we clear 50% of the stagger, right? And then we could potentially also go into a celestial brew after, right? Because every time we purify brew, you never want to celestial and then purify. Um, so you want to clear your stagger, pop your shield. But again, the game does not explain this. So you actually don't want to just go bouncing in between these. You want to actually purify brew a couple times to get this thing called purified chi. So if we purify brew and we have green stagger, we'll get 1 charge of purified chi. So right off the bat, the old system was we could get up to 10 of these stacks. Now it's 6. With the new and old system, we still never want to purify brew in green stagger. So we really want to be in yellow and red stagger. And honestly, as a brewmaster, for most of your content you play, you're gonna be in yellow and red for probably 80% of the time. So then you hit your yellow stagger and you decide to purify brew, then you get 2 stacks because you're at yellow stagger. You're at kind of the medium stagger. So right off the bat, I could purify brew 3 times and get my full 6 stacks and get a 210% absorb shield buff to my celestial brew. So then the last one is red, which again you're gonna be in red a lot. Again, when you're in red stagger, it's not a bad thing. It's actually potentially very good for Brewmaster to run through your defensive rotation and to actually get a bigger defensive rotation off. Actually, low content for Brewmasters is incredibly hard because we're taking damage at a low rate, but it's just enough damage where we're in green stagger, and we actually can't really easily mitigate some low content damage. Uh, so, we're in red stagger, bam, purify brew. Bam, right off the bat, that's 3 purify stacks. So that's basically about 100% ish. What is that? I can't do math. 105. Uh, so basically, red stagger, bam, you automatically, if you simply just purify brew in red stagger once, every single time, and go into a celestial brew, you automatically will have 105% uh, Celestial Brew Absorb Shield buff, which honestly, that is insane because in the past where we had to build up to, well, you don't have to build up to the max stacks, right? A big rule in like healing and tanking is if you have to use it to survive or keep other people alive, click it. But this makes it where, I mean, it's going to be so much better, so much easier to go through a bigger bubble. Also, it will reduce. So it's not going to reduce the button bloat because you're still going to hit Purifying Brew the same amount of times in a key that we've done in the past, but it definitely will feel like we're going through this purified chi rotation a lot less because in the past, I also highly recommend you. I almost think you have to. You need a weak aura for purified chi. You need to know: am I at 6 stacks, 2 stacks, 3 stacks? Um, and this becomes kind of the mini game inside of Brewmaster where I'm hitting Keg Smash, Blackout Kick, Purify, Keg Smash, Breath of Fire, Purify, Blackout Kick, Keg Smash, Purify. Oh, okay, I'm at 8 stacks. I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm at 40% health. I'm at Red Stagger. Boom. Celestial Brew. Um, Now, you can almost click your buttons one at a time and just keep cycling through this almost. So now I could go Keg Smash, Blackout Kick, Breath of Fire, Keg Smash, Breath of Fire, Blackout Kick. I'm at Red Stagger now. Purify Brew. Uh, you have 2 charges, so I almost think it's going to be pretty easy to always be at the max 6 stacks. Um, because earlier, right, with the 10 stack concept, you might have to click this 4 times, 5 times, uh, to get close to 10 stacks. Now you could potentially just click it twice, and you're at the max 210% buff. Uh, so this change here, I think it's going to be pretty impactful from a defensive standpoint. Uh, I'm really glad they made it 6. I bet there's a developer out there that was like, we should make it 7. So you might have to click your purify 3 times. Really happy they made it 6. So you could easily kind of min max 2 clicks and go into a really big absorb shield. Um, yeah. So final thoughts are, if you currently have messed around in Brewmaster, nothing actually is going to really change from just a overall button bloat and button concept, but you're gonna be able to go through your purifying to your celestial brew a lot quicker, and potentially even just one right after another, you'll get 100% buff. Uh, it's yeah, I I think this is awesome. Um, I also I have a gut feeling that because we really only have to click this twice potentially. Um, I actually think maybe Black Ox Brew might be a little bit more impactful because with this you could reset your brews, but then you still have to go through your kind of purified cheese stack rotation to still min max your potential your next brew. Uh, so like this and before now currently and years before, uh, this was nice, but then if I'm clicking this, it's because I desperately feel like I need another shield. But my shield won't really be buffed at all. But now I could potentially click this, maybe quickly get off a purifying brew at Red Stagger, and then go into my third charge of Celestial Brew. Um, my apologies. That's just one charge. So basically go into a quick second charge, and then because I can potentially quickly get a Purifying Brew off at 3 stacks, then at least I can get a decent sized buff shield. Because previously, as me, and I am no amazing brewmaster. I've only tanked up to a 10, but I click this maybe 4 or 5 times throughout the key. I don't click it on cooldown. I click it on triple pulls or situations I know, or we accidentally butt pull something, and I'm like, geez, that's not really what I wanted. Maybe they butt pulled the tank buster mob. Uh, so typically, what I'm doing is I'm activating Black Ox Brew, and I might honestly be potentially going right into a Celestial Brew because I feel like I'm just so squishy in that moment. But now, because we have a way easier purified cheese stack concept, um, if I can survive just an extra 2 seconds in a bad moment, I can get off a purifying brew and get a pretty beefy celestial brew shield on me. So I think this feels good. This is just my initial thoughts on a potential talent loadout. Uh, I really hope they get rid of this talent. Um, this used to be like a Shadowlands legendary. I really think Keck Smash should just have 2 chargers. Um, what I would rather have is potentially maybe something down here where I get a second charge of this. And then Master of Harmony. I mean, 3 charges would be insane. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's looking good. Our Blackout 2 foresight concept. Definitely rock that Blackout combo for next season. Because you're gonna be able to utilize it really well next season. Yeah, I mean things looking good. Pretty big buff. It doesn't seem impactful. I really think it's gonna be pretty impactful because basically 2 clicks, boom. 2 clicks, boom. 2 clicks, boom. Instead of 4 or 5 clicks. Okay, I have a nice big shield, boom. So we'll see. But yeah, things looking good.